expressed in this program by the host or guests do not state or reflect those of the company, its management, sponsors, or any entities they represent.
Oh, it's lit. We prime time. Subscribe, like, and share. Give us your feedback. Yo, I'm Manny at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis, and breaking scoreboards. Simone of the Olympics, defense and big business. The Mayweather who way better. From the greatness of Jim Brown, I've been down. Talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the 3 in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bill in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host DeeTrynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host DeeTrynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer.
Okay, we on? All right, because listen, my computer is behind. Okay?
Yeah, we on. I hear
good?
you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you straight. Sound straight.
Okay, listen. What my computer was just doing was not where we at. All right, I was at least a minute behind. It's cool. All right, DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you missed the live streamings, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you will see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly. Make sure you all check out the website, industrysports.com, with the latest articles, updates, and things like that going on in the sports world. Man, what's really good? What the fuck is going on, man? You know, we ain't really chopped it since, I don't know, like game 2 or something, you know. And I just knew that Kenny Atkinson was gonna get his life right. All right. He didn't. All right. I'm about to get my share on. You know, the link will be in the chat. You know, if you want to come up, chop it up, say your piece, whatever the case, man, because we really, really about to get into it. So for those who don't know, who've been living under a rock, all right, the Cleveland Cavaliers season is over. Unfortunately, they were not able to live up to the expectations that were set out for them this year. And they ended another season, back-to-back seasons, losing 4-1 in a playoff series. Last year, they lost 4-1 in Boston, you know, down multiple players due to injury. And this year, it was the same thing, but it just wasn't to Boston. They lost to Indiana 4-1, down multiple players due to injury. Why did the Cavs lose? All right. Which segs me into what we talk about. Because I don't like, first off, I don't like the fair weather fandom from my supposed fan mates. Okay. Y'all bipolar. Y'all too high and y'all too low. Okay. Y'all got to figure out how to be somewhere in the middle. All right. I said all year, as long as the Cavs make it back to the second round, I wasn't mad. And they did.
Facts. You said that all year.
I said they made it back to the second round because that's the bar. You have to make it to the second round. People say, oh, they got to go to the championship. Hold on. Is it championship or bust? No. I know damn well it's not. Because Garland 24, Mobley 23, Allen 26, Mitchell 27.
So where the fuck is listen, man. Mobley, he still don't have his NBA body yet. Like, he still ain't fully Mobley yet, man. They don't understand, bro. I watched Giannis, bro. I watched a lot of these little ones, and he not built like a Kevin Durant. He not built like a Kevin Durant that's just going to be the slim sniper all his life. He like Mobley time coming, man. Mobley time coming. Finish
It
up, man.
is. I agree. Like it just ain't got here yet, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like he's still becoming the, player that he gonna be. He's still figuring out, what parts of his game really work for him and where his foot, like he's still figuring out a lot of things. So, I'm not tripping on Mobley. I'm really not. Um the reason the Cavs lost had nothing to do with the players. It had nothing to do with the players. People want to try to blame Garland. How you gonna blame somebody with a broken big toe that shouldn't be playing? The fact that he was even playing is an error on the coach, the medical staff, and Kobe Altman. Because this is the Altman group. Control your group. All right. Kenny Atkinson got out coached. Bottom line, it had nothing to do with did we have the personnel or was the players playing hard. They don't got nothing to do with it. Kenny Atkinson did not put his team in a position to win.
Hey, man, and Kenny was going against a dog. It ain't like Kenny was going against, man. Listen, Kenny going against a Hall of Famer coach, man.
He was.
Kenny going against a Hall of Famer coach, man.
He was. I agree. But he got out coached. You didn't. Okay. When Garland went down in the middle of the Miami series, I said Garland's season should be over unless they go to the finals. Everybody was picking them to go to the finals. I never said that. I said they got to get out the second round. They should go to the conference. But as long as they make it to the second round, I'm not tripping. And depending on how they lose the second round is where I'm going to have my faults at. But it wasn't a player fault.
And you see what I posted. I told them before the series even started. I said to me, I got the bootleg stuff on here, so I had to listen to the Cavs a lot more than I got to watch them this year. But I got to watch Indiana a lot, and I got to watch Charlotte a lot. And Indiana, man, they were some dogs. Like, and that's why I posted that. Like, man, if we get past Indiana, we gonna win it all. But to me, Indiana is our toughest series. And everybody came on my shit, man. You crazy? Cavs in 4. I'm like, listen, man. and they doing things over there in Indiana, man. They doing things over there in Indiana, man. And people gotta look at their record too, like where they been last year. Like shit, Indiana over there feeling like some super underdogs right now, and they like the world ain't respecting us. We've been holding it down, you know what I'm saying? We ain't get over that hump, but we've been holding it down. Did they beat
They beat Milwaukee.
No, did they beat New York or New York eliminated them?
Last year they beat New York.
They beat New York, and who? Oh, so they lost to Boston, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They lost to Boston in the conference.
They're ready for it, man. So they looking at it like, man, okay, we under the radar. I wish the Cavs could have flew under the radar like that.
They did.
No, we didn't. We was the number one seed.
The Cavs flew under the radar, and people talked about how much they didn't talk about Cavs being the number one seed.
True that.
And I understood that, and I was cool with that. My problem has been with Kenny from day one is that you claim to have the deepest team in the league, and yet you don't utilize your whole team. It was plenty of games where the Cavs was blowing niggas out, and he could have brought, the bench in when they was up 20-25. He didn't want to do that. You want to wait to the fourth quarter when it's like 7 minutes left. When you could have brought him in the third quarter when it was 3 minutes left. And you could have allowed your bench players to grow and earn your trust more. But you didn't do that. You're playing Indiana. Indiana is terrified of the Cavs getting hot shooting the ball. So Everything to the hole was open. And you telling me in no time you didn't think, let me play Craig Porter Jr. over Ty Jerome, because Ty Jerome is not hitting and he doesn't have the foot speed to keep up with this team. Craig Porter Jr. was an X factor. They had no answer for him. Offense and defense, they had no answer for Craig Porter. Why you didn't keep playing him? They didn't have an answer for Javonte Green energy when he played and his physicalness. And you didn't play him. This was the perfect series to let Jalen Tyson go crazy. A 6'7" guy who has a handle, who could finish at the rim, who could stretch the floor, who could play 3-level defense, even if it's not elite. This was the game. This was the series where you start Okoro over Strus, and you tell Okoro, we're not shooting no jumpers. When you get the ball, if you could take him to the hole and dunk on him, you take him to the hole and you dunk on him.
Now listen, there you go. Facts. I ain't even heard anything he said. I just came back, but I heard that Okoro part, and everybody, man, that's who we needed. We needed Okoro in that game. Fuck all them threes. And definitely when we up by
boom.
when we up by 20 or when we up like that, that's when you pick them Okoros in and them dogs that's going straight to the bucket. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they're playing tough. That's when you put them in there, man.
Mm-hmm. You didn't play Tristan at all? They down there getting physical in the paint. You don't play Tristan?
Right, Double T go take some for the team.
Come on, man. You gotta make it make sense. You ain't making it make sense.
Double T would have sent Halliburton where his daddy at.
Okay, you kept switching. Why are you continuing to switch? It doesn't matter that you got bigs that can check on the perimeter. You got to tell your guards to fight over that screen. If he comes set that screen, you run him over. When you see him about to come, and you know, you run him over. Boom! Like a football play. We going to take that foul. Because guess what? The very next time he comes set that screen, he going to think about that. And you go over the screen. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? Oh, they don't want our stars shooting. Well, guess what? We got other guys that's going to come in that y'all don't think can shoot, that we going to let shoot. Like Tyson, like Amani Bates. We going to bring these guys in because you don't think these guys can shoot. So when Donovan drops,
while you over here talking, I was bringing up Amani Bates' picture. I was about to throw him on the screen and say, so what we going to do with him? So I'm over here doing that right now while you saying that. I was just about to throw him on the screen and say, what we going to do with him, man?
So listen. If
we don't play him,
with Amani Bates right now, him, Luke Travers, Jalen Tyson, all of these guys are going to be the reason why Ty Jerome doesn't get re-signed and why Matt Strus is going to get traded. Okay, this is just what I believe they should do. Let me say it like that, because I don't want to say it and give the impression that I know exactly what Coleman Allman's going to do, because I don't know him personally. What I am saying is what he should be doing is Matt Strus has a high trade value right now. You should trade him for a big man. You need a 7-footer, 6'11" guy who can rebound and score with his back to the basket. That is the element you're missing. Allen and Mobley are going to grow. Let me say this, right? I don't think the Cavs should make any trades. I don't think the Cavs are in a position to make a trade unless it's a 1-for-1. All right? And if you are going to trade, then you're telling me this is what I believe. If you're truly entertaining trade talks, I don't think you should, but if he is, then you're telling me that you want Mitchell to play the point and Mobley to pay the 5. This is the only trade that you could be thinking of where this is what's going on. Because anything else doesn't make sense.
I don't want Mobley. I don't want Mobley playing the 5. I mean, he can on certain lineups, but no, I don't want Mobley playing the 5.
But you don't know what type of growth he's going to have when he comes back in October.
Right now, hold up. When you talking about playing the 5, that means you talking about getting rid of Allen, right?
I'm saying if they're talking about trading, I'm saying that's why I said I don't want to get confused. I don't think they should. Me personally, I wouldn't do anything but trade.
I wouldn't get rid of the squad. I'd try to bring something in.
I would trade Strus for a big man.
And why you feel Ty Jerome not gonna be here? Because I know during the season, he probably if he would have held it down in the playoffs, he probably would got that big contract, but he just made it to the playoffs and ain't hold it down. So whatever big money they was gonna give him, he probably just gonna take whatever we give him right now. If he a free agent, I don't know his contract.
A big man? Who you talking about?
No, I'm talking about Ty Jerome. Because you said
I wouldn't bring Ty Jerome back.
You said why?
I said I wouldn't.
Oh,
for okay. What?
Okay.
Bring him back for what?
Shit, I don't know. I'm saying, what's his contract like? Is he a free agent?
He is a free agent.
Oh, so he a free agent.
But we got his bird rights per se, so we can sign him.
You're not bringing him back.
I'm saying for what?
You don't fuck with Ty Jerome?
It's not that I don't fuck with Ty Jerome. But what is his purpose? What is his purpose? What are you bringing him back for? You got Craig Porter Jr., who still got 2 years left on his deal. So when do you let him earn his next contract?
Definitely need to let Porter play some more.
Porter just showed you in the playoffs that he could play at a high level. You just didn't give him enough time to play.
Okay, I'm Kobe Altman. You Kenny. How can I help you, Kenny? What do you need me to do?
I need you to trade Strus for a legitimate big man who can rebound and play with his back to the basket. I don't need Ty Jerome. I have Craig Porter Jr. I don't need another 3 because DeAndre Hunter is now going to start. I don't need another 2 because I have an Okoro and I can actually let him offensive game grow now. Just go learn how to score because you're already a 2-way player. You already have a 2-way build and skill set. Just go grow your offensive game now because you're known as a defender. So we know you're going to give us defense. I don't need a Strus because I have a DeAndre Hunter. That's the upgrade. Okay, what about off the bench? So I have Amani. I have Tyson off the bench. I have Luke Travers off the bench. Each one of them is 6'8", 6'9", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". So I got wings that can come in, guys who can shoot and handle the rock off the dribble. They just need to get a little bigger. They still young though, but I have what I need. I don't need another ball handler because I have Garland, Okoro, I have Garland, Mitchell, and Porter. I have a 5. I got a forward, in Mobley, a power forward. Okay, wait, hold on, my bad. I got a forward in Mobley who can play point. Who can facilitate. I need a post playmaker. I need somebody who can initiate offense from post play or from paint play. So that's what I would trade Strus for. And then I would have to replace Tristan because I would need another power forward. I wouldn't re-sign Wade. I wouldn't bring back Ty Jerome unless it's for a sign and trade.
Tristan will be on the big perk type deal or something. Tristan will be here for the minimum. Tristan love Cleveland, so
okay, so he can stay. I don't mind Tristan staying down there.
From everything that I hear, and they say Tristan is that locker room.
That's cool.
That voice in that locker room,
and he could stay.
Right.
But Ty Jerome, Dean Wade, and motherfucking Matt Struz, y'all gotta go. What about Sam Merrill? Sam Merrill is an asset.
In the background, like Dean Wade is cold.
Sam Merrill is an asset. Sam Merrill can stretch the floor.
Yes, Sam Merrill.
Him and Craig Porter Jr. off that bench is fire.
Keep them for sure.
Keep them because you gotta be consistent with your team. You got Porter and Merrill are taller than Mitchell and Garland, but neither one of them is the offensive firepower that those two are. But Merrill can shoot as good as either one of them, though, and Porter can get buckets off the dribble and create havoc off the dribble as well as either one of them. So you keep that because that still gives you what you starting with coming off your bench. But now you need size off your bench. Okay. By starting Hunter 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", Mobley 6'11", 7 feet, Allen 6'10". So now your front court fire. You got athleticism, you got speed, you got passing ability, you got shooting in your front court. So now that helps you with your short backcourt. Mitchell and Garland just gotta be better defenders. Get stronger and put yourself in the right position to defend. Have an IQ that doesn't allow you to get caught in bad positions. Chris Paul is one of the shortest, best defenders ever. Take cues from him. Gary Payton was a great defender. Take cues from him. But you got an Okoro that's going to give you size. You got a Tyson that's going to give you size. You got a Travers that's going to give you size. You got a Bates that's going to give you size. So you don't need no more off the wing. You need big men. You need two big men that allows you to put your two starting big men on the bench and still not lose firepower. Because you got a Tyson and a Bates, you don't need a Wade. Or you don't need a Struz. Or a Jerome. You don't really need them. Because Luke Travers going to give you good defense, Okoro going to give you good defense, you don't need a Dean Wade.
We got a draft pick?
I think we got a second round. Hold on, I'm going to find out. Hold on. Hold on, my fault. Hold on, y'all. My bad.
No, you good. You good. You good. You good.
Yeah, my fault, y'all. I'm typing and responding. My bad, y'all. I did have that little bit here. But
how you feeling though?
I'm feeling. I mean, just like personally.
Yeah. Health.
Yeah. All right. So look, let me chop it up with y'all, right? Because who we asking, right? I'm preparing for surgery, y'all. I'm gonna have to have surgery soon. I got an issue in my chest area. That I gotta get seen about, basically, right? It's a birth condition. It's not something I did develop from bad habits and tendencies. I was born with it. It's been bothering me for years, but I just didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? And now I hit a point where I had to go see. and now I know specifically what it is. So it's cool. It's been a big adjustment. One of my professions is being a chef. Um, and I lightweight really cannot be a chef on a regular job side now because my body different. It's actually functioning properly for a change, for real. And with that adjustment, my focus ain't there. I ain't gonna hold you. When you be in that kitchen, man, you gotta have your focus for like 8-9 hours straight. And some people could barely hold up for 20 minutes. I'm one of them cats. I get in that bitch and I go ham for 7-8 hours straight, and it be what it is. But now I think I'm only good for about 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't the standard I'm used to being at. So I mean, like, I'm adjusting. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm still breathing. I'm able to move around. I feel like I'm getting healthier for sure. But this shit is an adjustment. I can't eat none of the foods I used to eat and love.
I'm about to say you still on the liquid. They still got you on the liquid diet.
Yeah. I'm actually the liquid diet gonna continue not only up until the surgery, but even up to 6 months after the surgery. I
got my little I found the little juice maker for you too.
Oh yeah, I gotta come down there and see you for sure. Oh, and speaking on that, we're gonna have to run up deeper than bars.
Yeah, I was about to say we gotta get them bars before you go to
I just watched Fonz versus Arsenal.
Your freestyle bars.
We definitely. I got something too. I cooked up something.
I gotta get you for the acapella nappy hour. Definitely before you get your surgery, before you can, got your energy.
Yeah, I just cooked up. I cooked up something like a week ago. Well, I say, oh, this might go fire for the cipher too. I ain't gonna even lie. I just cooked up something like a week ago. I said that. So,
all right. Let's get back to the sports. Hold it down.
All right, bet. So, how many draft picks do the Cavs have this upcoming? If I'm not mistaken, it's just 2 second-round picks. Don't be slow now. Okay. Yeah, don't be slow now. And for real, listen. The Cavs need to draft a big man. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, the Cavs do got a first round pick this year. No, they got 2 second rounds. That's what I thought. They got the 19th pick in the second round and the 28th pick in the second round. That's what I thought. They had 2 second round picks this year. Okay. Which means the Cavs pick like 49th and like 58th. Okay. So I think they can still get a quality player though.
Listen, I think what Atkinson is gonna bring, as far as talent, he plugged in overseas with some dogs. He go bring an overseas dog in this bitch. Watch. Somebody that ain't nobody talking about.
I need okay. Yeah. But so my only issue with this is it's gotta be a big man. Like, listen.
That's what I'm talking about. I know I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say it's a joker, but shit, he can, you know what I'm saying? He got
I'm saying, but if he fine, listen though, but a young joker template right now would be fire for them. Right. Because listen, my thing with the big man that they bring in is he has to be a tenacious rebounder. Like rebounding has to be.
What happened to our African?
Diop.
Yeah, what's his name?
His name Diop. Khalifa Diop.
Yeah, what happened to Diop? On the Cavs. I seen him thugging I swear I seen him thugging by the bench too. I think he might still be around. I swear I seen him thugging with the players. Because he got heart.
No, for real.
He got heart.
How hard was it?
I think like 6'9", 6'10". Maybe taller than that. Yeah, Mobley a power forward, small.
Yeah.
Well, Mobley gonna be able to do what he do once he start acting like Mobley that he can be. Once Mobley start looking at people like, man, you don't get the fuck from around me. once he get into that, that's why I'm mad. No, see his big brother though, man. That's why we need his big brother on that sideline still. They should have gave his big brother the Oompa Doompa, the Giannis Antetokounmpo treatment, man. They should have gave him his brother that treatment because Big Brother get him to play, bro. Big Brother get under his skin like, man, what is you doing, bro? Big Brother get to him.
He remind me of
Big Brother get to him.
Yeah, he remind me. Yeah, Tim Duncan.
No, what's the name like Tim Duncan?
Nigga with the afro. Yeah.
But he ain't like Tim Duncan.
No, he cold though.
No, because Tim Duncan was an assassin.
He was fun.
He just ain't taught.
He
just ain't taught. He ain't need to say that. He just give you that look like, bitch, you can talk all you want.
Yeah. They said everybody said Tim Duncan ain't taking no. Talk no shit.
No, he'll throw some shots, but he ain't. His shots was different.
Yeah.
Who you said like Duncan?
No, he was talking about fucking what's his goddamn? We was talking about Jared Allen and Mobley. I was telling him Mobley ain't like that, but I was saying
so they remind me of
Tim
Duncan. Mobley reminds me of Duncan.
No.
And Allen. Okay. So Allen is unique to me.
Allen need to hang with Charles Oakley. We need Charles Oakley on
the Allen don't. The problem with Allen is they don't utilize no skill he has on offense. They got y'all believing that Jared Allen has no offensive game whatsoever. When he has a pick and pop mid-range game that they don't utilize, and he has feet work. The problem is he not that strong. So y'all not making him hit the weights. That's the problem. But Jared Allen has feet work. Jared Allen has a mid-range pick and pop game. And Jared Allen can pass. But they don't utilize that. Because he not that strong. Mobley is like Duncan. And the only difference with Mobley is he ain't picked up his grown man weight. He's 22. So when Mobley get like 24, 25, bitch gonna be an animal.
So who upcoming free agents? Who's some big dogs upcoming free agent type shit?
The Cavs don't need none of them niggas.
I ain't got to be though. I ain't talking about no superstar.
Oh, just on some NBA.
About somebody that can come in and play their role. Like you can get another big. Somebody that's coming off the bench. They can come in there and hold it down and be a enforcer.
Okay, so let's all right. While I'm on the NBA page, let's go to see what free agent possibilities they got. Let's see. Who on the blood out? Who on the free agency blood out problem? What are we doing? Well, as far as like cats that's in the league already, the only one cat that I've been wanting, that I feel like would fit right over here, is Robert Williams. They used to play for Boston, but now he in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be fire in rotation with our big man because he rebound and he defend and he run the floor. So, he only like 6'9" though. He like 6'9", 6'10", but that's cool, right? And then let's see. I like that Mark Williams, but I know he a starting caliber type person.
Right. Definitely gonna want to come in here and try to start.
I like Bobo.
Bobo,
Nah,
listen,
if they bring
Bobo is my favorite, bro.
Yeah.
Bobo
They
is my
bring
favorite.
Bobo, that'd be fire.
Bobo is my favorite.
Yeah, because Bobo.
I was just about to mention Bobo.
Now Bobo would be. Now I would not sign Jerome to get Bobo. And don't get me wrong, man. Everybody gonna say, what's wrong with Ty Jerome? He played good for us. We let him play. That's true. But Craig Porter Jr. is better than him. And he younger. So, as far as I'm concerned, he did the same thing Dean Wade did. He was undrafted. He played his role. He worked through his health concerns. Now that nigga need a chance to play. He going into his third season with the Cavs? It's time for him to play. Amani Bates about to go into his third season. It's time for them niggas to play. It's time for them to play.
Which one of these do I like?
Hold on, y'all.
You good?
So yeah, Robert Williams and Bobo would be perfect. I like Garza. Remember Garza? Luke Garza, I think that was his name, from Gonzaga. I like his skill set. I think he would be cool. Like I say, they need a big man who could rebound and play in the post. And if they get in another big man who could rebound and block shots, that'd be cool. That'd be perfect because you don't need no more wings. You gotta develop the wings you have.
Definitely got to develop the wings.
We don't have no big man.
Mm-hmm. Outside of Mobley and Allen, that's why I understand why Tristan didn't play. I don't understand.
Cold, but he should play the power forward.
Who played the power forward?
Allen.
But Allen gotta play the center though.
Yeah, he gotta play the center.
Bump him down.
Well, you gotta bump him down. Who you gonna bump him down for?
No, he called on defense, all that shit. But man, the way we lost, that shit is terrible. That shit embarrassing. That shit garbage. Like, I don't even get how we lost. We should have won.
We lost because
Allen was my favorite player when he was on the
Brooklyn Nets.
Yup.
Yeah, we lost because Kenny didn't utilize his team.
Before that.
No, that was his only team.
No, that was his only team.
Oh, all right.
LeVert was the one that got moved around.
They changed the name. But
yeah. Now, if they want to bring LeVert back, but LeVert out the price range because he gonna cost more than Ty Jerome.
Cavs, my opinion, they should keep their same squad and, like you said, get a center. For real. Because we got a squad for sure. We got a super squad.
Yeah, they young.
And that's where everybody fuck up at because they always wanna, when everybody getting ready to get together, They just want to be like, all right, we go trade Donovan Mitchell for this. Nah, man, keep the same squad. You gotta build the squad for years. But that's how this shit go now. You gotta build a squad around a squad that's been around for the longest. And they've been together what, about 4-5 years? Yeah, I think they've been together for about 4-5 years. They gotta keep that
No. Donovan has been here 3 seasons.
Three.
Wait,
hold on, wait. Donovan been here 3 seasons.
This is third, right?
Been here. Mobley been here 4 seasons. Garland been here 5 seasons. Allen been here 3.5 seasons because he got traded for in the middle of the year before we traded for Mitchell. Right? Or maybe a year and a half. Maybe it might have been a season and a half before. Now, he might have been here. So Allen been here 4.5 years. Mobley been here. This was his 3rd year. Right? Okoro been here 4 years. Garland been here 5 years. So this kind of my thing. Like, your stars are really your veterans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta remember these guys coming to the NBA when they 18, 19. So your stars is really your veterans. Your young guys you got coming off the bench is your young guys. So you really just mix a couple like they had it this year. You mix a couple older guys with the young guys, you cool. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with they lost this year is because Kenny Atkinson didn't utilize his team when he needed to. He overused his starter players, and then he didn't instill no faith in these guys when Garland went down and Mobley was down with the ankle injury. No, bro, you got a lineup of Mitchell, Strus, Okoro, Wade, and Allen that won 17 games straight before.
Right.
There was no need for you to play Garland or Mobley. That was when you were supposed to tell Bates and Terry, hey, y'all next man up. Hey, Tristan, I'm about to have to lean on you so we can get to the next round.
Right. And bring some of them other young dogs that they ain't even ready for.
You got Tomlin down there. Hey, Naquan, I need you to go in there and soak up some fouls. Hey, Miro, I might need you to take extra more shots. Hey, Porter, I need you to assert yourself. I'm going to need you for about 15 minutes. Yeah, you're supposed to do all that. Hey, my nigga, you might only get 7 minutes in the game, but I need it to be a hard 7 minutes. Hey, you might only get 3.5 minutes, but I need you to make an impact in those 3.5 minutes. Then you wouldn't have had to play Donovan 35 minutes, 39 minutes. You wouldn't have had to play Strus 36 minutes, 40 minutes. You wouldn't have had to do that. You'd have kept them fresh, and by the time you got to the end of the game we needed to come back, they could have did what they do. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't still no type of confidence in your team by making the moves you made. You know what I'm saying? You didn't make them feel like they was reliable. You got Javonte Green down there that you brought in. Like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I think though, with this Kenny Atkinson first year. So, you know, next year he should do better. And all he got to do is stick to the game plan that you set out. Where was Point Mobley in this series?
Right.
What happened to that? What happened to sharing the ball? What happened to taking what the defense give you?
Well, this series, we couldn't get Point Mobley like we wanted to. This year. What did he play? 2 games? 1, 2. I think Mobley played like 2 games this series, right?
Well, he want to start with
Mobley, yeah, he played 3. Well, he played game 1. He played game 3, game 4, game 5. So he played like 4 games. He only missed 1 game.
Lost
only
to
missed
Indiana.
one.
I ain't even lost to y'all. I don't know no player on Indiana. Nah.
Well, Indiana got, first off, Indiana team been together for
Right.
years.
Yeah, they've been together.
Halliburton, the newest piece on their team. For real, for real. Him and Benedict Mathurin, because they just drafted Benedict Mathurin like 2 years ago.
And homeboy.
But Miles Turner been over there his whole fucking career.
Homeboy from Toronto.
Oh, Pascal Siakam. But he already won a ring. And he had been over there. It's like his third season.
So that's what I'm saying. He got that championship DNA. Then they got that
Neesmith,
coach. Man, they got something going over there, man.
Neesmith was on them playoff runs with Boston. Nembhard is somebody that they brought up. Mathurin good. TJ McConnell been in the league for buku. That nigga been good. They got oh man, like they got like they've been, and then they got Rick Carlisle. Like we not gonna underplay, like you said, man. Rick Carlisle, a Hall of Fame coach. Like he know what it is. If you see how he used Indiana squad, his main players played, but nigga, he went like 11 or 12 deep every game. You seen guys play that really didn't play like that in the season, but they played in that series. They might have came in and they might only play 4 minutes, but that 4 minutes was enough to put on a Donovan Mitchell or a Mobley who was playing more minutes than they have been playing all year. So, but like I say, man, Kenny just need to stick to his guns. He needs to allow Okoro to develop on the offensive end, so that can continue to save the Cavs money. He needs to start Hunter because Hunter is a starter. You need to give Craig Porter Jr. more time to play. And you got 3 wings down there that could be very impactful with Bates, Tyson, and Travers. They need to let them play.
I don't even know them niggas, but I know Indiana got a squad.
The Cavs cool, man. They don't need to make no drastic changes.
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell, though.
Just got to be healthy.
Let me talk to you, Spider. Let me talk to you, Spider.
Healthy, even though they blew it this season.
Spider, you know why you ain't got out the second round yet, Spider? Because you're selfish. Let me tell you how you selfish, Spider. Okay? And this is a learning curve, right? So I ain't mad at you. I ain't coming down on you. I just understand that this is a learning curve. You care about scoring too much, Donovan Mitchell. I feel like you got a Napoleon complex when it comes to scoring. Because you're undersized and you're so athletic, you feel like you should be treated as a 6'8", 6'9" wing. And that's not what you are. You, my guy, are a guard. And after seeing what you did on that 17 game winning streak we went on, this was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. You're a point guard who can score. You are the scoring version of Steph Curry. Steph Curry shoots you your lights out, and then you forget that he can still take you off the dribble and go to the hole. You could take anybody to the dribble off the hole, and they forget that you still could stretch that bitch out from far. So, he needs to be more of a janitor on this team, the way it's constructed. You are the one person who can get your shot whenever you want to. You as the leader need to make sure everybody else gets their shots first. Because you can microwave. And it goes with the saying, those who have the ability, and the capabilities, lightweight got the responsibility. Those who know what's going on, you don't get a pass for knowing what's going on and not doing nothing and then feeling some type of way because you caught some of the backlash of what happened. No, you knew this shit could happen. You should have been proactive in trying to do something about it. So in Mitchell's case, you can get buckets whenever. But this team thrives better if Garland is outside shot is working. This team moves better if Mobley is getting his touches and is a threat offensively inside the three. This team is at full force power when Allen can get real blocks, get on the break, and catch lobs or catch it coming down the lane on the cut. So because this, you should be the insurance. Your basketball IQ should be off the charts. But this is my knock on you, Donovan Mitchell. Your basketball IQ sucks. You don't know when to not take the shot or when to get somebody else in the game. You don't know when to ride the hot hand because when they have the hot hand, you feel like you're supposed to have a hot hand with them. It's not how that works. You haven't figured out how to identify which player on your team has the mismatch and force them to take advantage of their mismatch. You're starting to get there. So I'm not saying you were starting to get in there when they made the report out and they said, hey, you told Hunter, hey, you got a demand for the ball. Or you told Mobley, hey, you got a demand for the ball. Hey, as a leader, you see it like they see it, you getting the ball. You make sure because you're in the guard's position and the big man can't get himself the ball. You got to get him the ball. Garland can facilitate, but Garland's facilitating comes off him creating off the dribble. In order for his dribble to start being effective, his outside jumper has to be clicking already. So Donovan is looking to Garland to set him up. No, bro. You don't need nobody to set you up. That's the specialty about you. You don't need nobody to help get you going. You can get you going. But in order for you to get out the second round, you have to figure out how to be a point guard and not a two guard with this roster. You have to be a point guard. You have to be the guy who gets everybody else in the game. And until you accept that, y'all not getting out the second round. Until you accept that in order for y'all to be a championship team, you're not the number one option, you're not getting out the second round. I like Spider a lot, but your skill set with your build is not championship level. It's not the number one on a championship team. That's probably a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. Mobley has the skill set. Hold on, because I don't want to feel like I'm hiding. I ain't a hiding ass nigga. Mobley has the skill set, offensively and defensively, to be the number one option on a championship team. Donovan, you do not. You could if you improve your IQ. Your basketball IQ for a superstar sucks. It sucks, bro. This ain't a knock on you. This is just one of those, hey, bro, if you improve this area, you're going to get way more than you thought you was going to get. You think that you don't need this part of your game, but this part of your game is what's going to take you to the next level. You have to be a facilitator. I watched you in that 17-game winning streak. I watched you facilitate. I watched you make Okoro a scoring threat. I watched you make Allen a scoring threat. I watched you make Wade a scoring. I seen you do it. This is why I'm on your ass about it, because I seen you do it. I seen you do it, and we were 17-0 when you did it. So when Mobley and Garland came back, that wasn't the sign for you to go back to your old ways. You should have stayed like that. Mobley has to be the number one scoring option for y'all to be a championship team. He has to be. Garland has to be the best shooter in the league for y'all to be a championship team. He has to be. He has to be on the roll of what Steph doing, what Clay could do. I said Clay, Trey, and Clay. Like he has to be one of those. You know what Dirt used to do. What he gotta be one of those. Garland's jumper is a threat, and that should be utilized every game. Mobley's ability to make anybody in the paint a mismatch should be utilized. That should be your number one concentrations. Then it should be about, and this is why I used to be screaming for a Coro to start. And this is why I'm saying, and this is why I be screaming, and this is why I like Allen with a Coro. When y'all get on the break, if Mobley gonna be a break starter, Garland is a trailer. All right. I like seeing Mobley on the break, but I like him as the ball handler on the break. I like Garland as the trailer on the break. But I like Allen and Okoro because when you got him, when you got Spider with Allen and Okoro, all three of them are a threat to finish above the rim. Every last one of them will dunk on you. That's an element. Even if you make him pass the ball, either one of them will dunk on you. Either one of them can catch the oop. Either one of them can still lay it up, which means that still gives me 3 or 4 options to score with each person. I can lay it up. I can get a dunk. They can both stop and hit the mid-range, get a foul and one. That's what you want on the break. And then if we don't, I can toss it to a trailer and Garland, who could either A, shoot that shot or get you to fly by him. And when he penetrate, he can still create for anybody. That's when he at his best. Mobley coming with the ball with a full head of steam, he at his best. Donovan, these are the things you need to know. And if I know this from sitting on my fucking couch, you should know that, and you would practice with them every damn day. That's where I'm coming from. Like I'm a spectator seeing this. You kick it with them. They call your phone. You see them at practice. You practice one-on-one with them. So you should know this. So this is my thing with you, Donovan. It's not a like a condemning thing. I'm not coming down on you per se. I'm saying this is like food for thought, bro. This is like, let me pull your coattail. Hey, bro, you got to stop trying to be the number one scorer on your team. And you got to learn how to be the leader and facilitator, the maestro. You have to be that guy for this team. And then people got to be remembering, oh, shit, he can still give you 50. That's what's going to make this roster here dominant. And then you got DeAndre Hunter, too. Now, in saying that, switching to a philosophy thing, right? Oh, shit. I ain't did no commercial. Hold on. DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you miss a live streaming, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, or various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you will see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly. Make sure you do the same. Make sure you check out the website, industrysports.com, get the latest articles, updates, things like that, what's going on in the sports world, all right? Philosophy with the Cavs. And then I'm about to veer off the Cavs because we about to be about an hour in, and I do want to highlight some of the other Cleveland teams before we get up out of here. Philosophy wise, though, starting DeAndre Hunter, you couldn't make him a point forward. He has the handle. He has the ability to pass. He can get his shot off the dribble, whether it's shooting or finishing at the rim. He can play above the rim. So in starting him, you could make him the point forward, and that allows Mitchell and Garland to really be, scorers first, both of them, because you basically got to figure out which half of the floor you got to protect the most, right? And if you run a motion type of offense in that way, now your big mans are basically always open because Garland and Mitchell coming off them up screens, down screens, they're gonna always draw a lot of attention. Which that means that hockey pass to the big man is gonna always be there because Hunter is always a threat to shoot or drive. You know what I'm saying? This is just simple philosophy. You know what I'm saying? So, it just depends on what direction they want to go. But hey, I love the Cavs. Great season, gentlemen. Hold your heads high. The only reason y'all lost is because your coach got out coached. And if he's not man enough to stand on that, then Kobe Altman, I think you may have to look for another coach. Because nothing about the players' play lost y'all the series. The coach did not put y'all in a position to win. All right. We could talk a little Browns right quick. You still here, bruh? Y'all still over there? What y'all doing? You talk a little Browns right quick. So let me tell y'all. All right, and hold on, because I want to do something right quick. So let me tell y'all something right quick. No, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. No, I mean, you know what? I'll stay up here. It's cool. Let me tell y'all something right quick. I've been saying this for years now. Before social media became a thing, I've been saying this. Cleveland sports media, their national sports media, their local top tier sports media people are trash. Why are they trash, DeeTrynt? Because they know little about the actual game or sport that they cover. 80% of what they publish is all TMZ worthy material, meaning it's controversial, it's divisive, it's dysfunctional, it's based off rumors, feelings, and little facts. And they push these narratives to such a large degree and then don't want to be accountable when it's not right. They just find a different way to create more controversy. Then they wonder why the organizations are tight-lipped with them. Because y'all trash. Y'all trash. Case in point. The Browns ain't never had a quarterback that we could trust. Or at least one that sustained likable play levels for a long time. Right? Browns ain't never had a quarterback we could trust. Right? And saying that. Right? That's the way I'm working. Okay. Right now, the Browns have the best situation you can have when it comes to searching for a franchise quarterback. They have the best situation you can have. Why? You have a Super Bowl winning caliber quarterback who's already shown that he could be effective in this system. You have a former first round pick talent who's still looking to establish himself in the game, in the league, right? So he's hungry. So you got two hungry guys. One guy still proving he can still play, and one guy still looking to prove that he could play at all, right? It's a caveat though. Both of these quarterbacks come from division rivals. So long term, and even just in the aftertaste, you don't want these guys to end up really winning the quarterback battle to be the long term solution for your team. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but that's not what you want to happen, right? That's not ideal, right? You get in a draft, you draft 2 quarterbacks. You draft 2 of the most successful quarterbacks in college football history, as far as accomplishments, stats, performance. 2 of the more accomplished quarterbacks. Okay, these guys are just at rookie mini camp, just trying to display their skills, and the local media is already making this a who better than who conversation. The problem with a lot of this is the people pushing the narratives are 60, 70, and almost 60 and 70. So just a bunch of old senile motherfuckers who don't want to see nobody else win. Just starting and stirring up shit because they still bitter about their tenured Browns. Y'all got to remember, everybody don't come from the same era of Browns. Everybody don't. You have to remember that. There are some of us that come from an era that's seen a pretty good Browns team, a pretty good talented team. There are some of us who's been through all of the eras, so we've seen all the versions of the team. But there are some people who didn't start getting hip to the Browns till, they was a certain age, and at a certain age, this is what was going on. So this is what they're familiar with. It's cool. On top of that, you still got a top talented QB on injured reserve. So regardless of how this year shake out, you're going to have an answer, because even if none of them pan out, you still got 2 first-round picks next year. So you still in a position to get a quarterback, even if none of them pan out. The Browns got the best QB position. They got the best situation you could have. And everybody else hating and trying to make it seem like it's not. Eugene Flexington. Tony Grossi admitted he asked dumb questions just got on people's skin. That alone should tell you everything you need to know about him as a reporter. Exactly. Now, I've been saying this shit for the longest, man. These people are terrible. Terrible. They're terrible. They're horrible. Because after you read these articles, you still learn nothing about the game. What did you learn about the game? Did you take away from being smarter and more knowledgeable about the sport that you're listening to them about before? Like Rust Belt reporters, man. No, for real. Like, they're terrible. But let me give you some real updates. Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel look better at rookie minicamp than Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett looked at better in a little mini crap. Let's say that. Okay? People mad about Chubb. Stop being mad about Chubb.
Yeah, rookies are looking good at camp. All of them, for real, damn near.
Mm-hmm. Because listen, these rookies, and what was I saying last year, bro? Did I say this was the best time for the Browns to have a sucky team?
Yep.
I kept saying that. This is the best time. Now, you coming in, guess what? These rookies about to say, I'm about to come in and play with Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward,
Judge did an interview earlier. He was on it. He like, shit, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, bring some touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's already love. He like it's already love because y'all coming from on state. He like, I'm loving it already. He like, man, I'm trying to win.
Yeah, you feel me? You got listen, the Browns, hey, I don't expect the Browns to win no more than about 8 games. But that's my average, right? Around 8 games, they probably go win, regardless of who plays. But if Flacco is the starter and he plays all year, I would expect the Browns to go to the playoffs. Anything less than that, with Flacco starting, is a waste of a season. Okay? If Kenny Pickett starts and he wins the job and he holds it down for the whole year, 8 games is cool. 8 games is cool. Because you're saying, okay, Kenny can win you 8 games. Okay. We got a nice defense. So if Kenny can win you 8 games, the defense can win you about 4 or 5 games. That's around a 13-win season. That's what I'm saying. Flacco should be able to win you 8 games because of his status and his resume with that defense. So that's why I say they should be in the playoffs. With Kenny Pickett fighting for a playoff spot, for sure. Right? So I guess with Flacco, that will put him around 11, 12 wins. With Kenny Pickett, I guess around 10. Right? And that's the most positive part of what could happen for the Browns this year, speaking from this day. But if Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel wins the job, or they rotate it throughout the year for whatever reason, right? You know how injuries and shit happen for whatever reason. 8 games is phenomenal. The Browns can say, we won 3 games last year, and we came back with a rookie Shedeur and won 8, or a rookie Dylan Gabriel and won 8. That's a step in the right direction. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's a 5-game plus, win plus. So this is why I say about 8 games. Somewhere around 8 games, the Browns should be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the linebacker room, man, and the running back room. Fuck everybody. Hey, listen. I don't have a lot of concerns about the wide receiver room because I don't know who the quarterback is. On top of that, regardless of who the quarterback is, you cannot tell me that he's going to look at Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, Harold Fannin, Cedric Tillman, David Bell, Jeremy Thrash, Michael Woods, and say, I don't got no receivers. Now, because more than half of them are unproven, you can say you don't know what you got. And I don't know how to compare that to the rest of the league where I know what I'm getting from. I can give you that. But you're not looking at that group, seeing them work out and shit and saying you don't have no receivers. No, you're not saying that. You are saying, though, that they are not the strongest point of your offense, which is fine. But each one of these guys can make plays for you in different ways. Okay. That running back room, though, everybody high on Samson. I don't have no problem with y'all being high on Samson. But Samson is not going to beat out Jerome Ford for that spot. I'm just tell you that now. He's not going to beat out Jerome Ford for that spot. Now, the organization might have their mind made up because of the contract setup and the dynamic. I could see the Browns trading for to bring Chubb back. I could see that. I don't necessarily see Chubb coming back, but I could see a world where that happens because they like the tandem of Judkins and Sampson, and they feel like they could pay that better than Jerome Ford having a breakout season, and you kind of got to pay him like not like a number one, but basically a high number two, right? So, but that running back room is gonna be the key to this season on offense, along with the tight ends, which is part of why I feel like Shador should win this. He should win. He should win this. He should win the starter job. He should win the starter job because it's set up for everything he never had. Everything he never had. He's going to have a decent line. He's going to have a running game behind that decent line. He's going to have tight ends who could dominate in the middle in between the hashes. And he got receivers who could make plays on the outside. I'm not saying that they gonna just come out and be a powerhouse, but I am saying personnel-wise, they are set up for success. Personnel-wise, that Browns offense is set up for some type of success. Could they use a true number one receiver? Absolutely. But guess what? You get 2 first-round picks next year. So all you got to do this year is figure out which one of these guys is your franchise quarterback. He don't even got to be franchise. Just be good for the next 5 seasons. Give me 5 seasons. Just give me 5. You give me 5 seasons. We good. But they find a franchise quarterback this year. Now you can use your first 2 rounders next year on weapons. And we having a different type of conversation about life. You know what I'm saying? So I like where the Browns at. I wish the local media stopped making waves where there shouldn't be. But I like it so far. We get into June. Nobody's going to be doing anything until July, the end of June, July. When actually July. When it might be the end of June though. When voluntary mini camp, training camp start, and mandatory training camp starts. Damn, man, it's May, man. It's almost, we halfway through May. Right? So, also, man, shout out to the Guardians. Let's shout out the Guardians, man. Before I go to the Guardians, though, let me bring some Browns update news too, right? Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah will not be playing this year. He is finally officially on the season-ending IR. Rookie linebacker Carson Schlesinger is signed. He signed his rookie contract deal. He is in the rookie mini camps definitely went really well. You've seen some surprises. We had a local guy that went to Mentor and to Kent State. I believe he signed a undrafted deal with the Browns coming out of the rookie mini camps. And it was something else. Oh, Kevin Stefanski. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Kevin. Shout out to Kevin. Okay, you're handling yourself so well. Everybody trying to throw salt in the game. They hitting you with the outlandish questions and just bullshit statements, and you're steady. Shout out to Kevin. No attention, bro. I peep you. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, man. You headed in the right direction, bro. Don't let them stop. Uh, now let's talk about the Guardians. All right. I haven't talked about a lot of baseball. Understand though, I am a fan of my home team. I like the sport. I'm definitely a fan of my home team. Um, and right now, my home team is fire. Um, let's pull up the league standings. Come on, man. I really hate. Don't you hate when your phone just act like it don't want to respond no more? Stop playing with me, man. What are we doing? Thank you. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So my Cleveland Guardians have the third best record in the American League. Um, they are 25-18, which is tied with the New York Yankees. And 3.5 games back behind the Detroit Tigers, who are 29-15. We are a full game ahead of the Kansas City Royals, who are 25-20. And Seattle is 23-19 and 5 games back from first, but 1.5 games back from us. Last season, the Guardians had a really good team, and they just didn't have enough pitching. Detroit was a team they played in the first round, and the reason Detroit, they just didn't have enough pitching. Detroit got a fire pitcher though. Scooble, fire. Like Cleveland has went about getting quality pitching and depth in that bullpen and in that rotation. And I feel like offensively, even without Naylor, bringing back Santana, um, even without a couple guys, Fryers, I think he's still out. Guys like Manzardo, uh, Angel Martinez, Gabriel Arias, uh, you know, shit, even Bo Naylor, right? Um, you know, Schneemann. Guys have really come through this year. Jose doing Jose things, you know. This would be a good year, man. You know, the Guardians give me hope. The Guardians give me hope. They play really well. This team's been together for a minute. A lot of these guys are coming up has been in the system for a minute, so they're not unfamiliar with the big league players. Um, I'm really proud of the Guardians right now. You know, they are consistent. They're not playing with the cash flow of the way these other franchises are playing with, but they in contention. So shout out to the guards, man. I don't really get interested into baseball until August. Okay, I am big on playoff baseball. August, September, the hunt for red October. That's them my months of baseball. All this March, April, May, June, leading up to the All-Star break that's usually happening around the 4th of July. I mean, that's cool. It's a nice event to go out, take the family out, kick it, enjoy. You get to see some of the little league guys that come up, you know. But when you get to the end of July, when you get to August, September, and they fighting for them playoff spots, and there's only 5 teams that go, baseball is incredible. Incredible. Love playoff baseball. Love it. Definitely love it. So shout out to the guards. Hopefully this be the year Jose get a MVP. Detroit Yankees, they doing what they do. Even in the National League, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, the Phillies, the Cubs, all of these teams, the San Francisco Giants, the St. Louis Cardinals, they still are like, it's some teams out here, man. Baseball looking real nice. I really want them. Now, that's one league that I wish would shorten a season and increase the number of playoff teams. If playoff baseball was September and October, that'd be fire. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be fire. Now I probably start watching baseball more in July and the end of June. Then, if the playoffs started in September, that'd be fire. Like you get playoff baseball as soon as college football start, that'd be gas. I ain't gonna lie. But DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you missed live streaming, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and various other streaming platforms. Look for the Industry Sports channel, like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get out of there, you will see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly. I appreciate y'all coming through, rapping with me, getting in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been a minute. I'll be back, spin the block on y'all real soon, man. But definitely enjoy this good weather Cleveland seems to be having these nice little couple days. It's unfortunate that our basketball team lost, but it's not the end of the world. They still young, man. Cavs come back next year, give them hell. You know what I mean? That's all it is. The Browns getting ready to step into the light. Step into the light, Caroline. Step into the light. They get ready to step into the light. And I think the Guardians want to take off. So, it's better than most years, right? Cleveland sports get around this time of the summer, and we don't have a lot to feel, but we have a lot to feel good about. The Cavs were a very good team this year. It ended, in an embarrassing fashion, as the star put it, but it was a great year. The Browns look like they really putting on their think tanks, and it look like it's gonna get good. And the Guardians doing their thing, man. So peace, love, and hair grease, man. Y'all be easy. I'll holler at y'all later one.